Hi, welcome back to another episode of Skyrim Plus. Today I'm featuring Dovahkiin Retreat Continued by Charlacran. Let's check out the map. Here we are at Dovahkiin Retreat. We're right off the road that connects Whiterun to Riverwood. And here we are again at our featured home, Dovahkiin Retreat. And here we are at our new home. You can see the home on top of the hill. We're right next to the White River, and the mod author built us a bridge to get across. How considerate. And where the chair is looks like a great spot to fish. I'll leave some links to some Fish Anywhere mods in my pinned comment. And the fish are literally jumping for joy in this stream. When we turn all the way around, you have some great views of the surrounding area. There's Whiterun, Dragon's Reach, and the Hunting Brew Meadery. Maybe you could take a walk and grab a pint before you start fishing. Anyway, let's continue our tour. We need to hike up these stairs in the hill to get closer to the home. Thanks to Fenrir Blackwolf, who showed this home on his channel a couple of weeks ago, giving me the idea to feature this one too. And here's a closer look at our new home. Outside of the home is a spot for your horse to stay with some water and some hay. To the left side of your home, there's a huge tree. And there are some stones on the ground to make flower beds, both for under your tree and beside your home, with some beautiful plants and mushrooms. The butterflies love to congregate over here. And then when we go further to the left, you have an outdoor covered smithing area. And you have another flower bed in front of it, with some lavender, dragon's tongue, mountain flowers, and a juniper tree for all of you stealth archers out there. Straight down the hill from the smithing area is a pond you could use for a bathing area. The water sure looks nice. This is water for EMB, the Shades of Skyrim option, and it looks like you could use that fallen tree as a diving board. As we head back up the hill, we'll go underneath this garden gate. It looks really awesome with this ivy hanging on it, and there's a lot of detail in the woodwork. We'll take a left and check out this area that's further up the hill. There's one tricky spot you need to jump over, and I'm not entirely sure this was the work of this mod author or not, but it gives you a nice ledge with a great view of Whiterun. Maybe if you have a tent or a bedroom mod for a follower, you could set it up here and give them a home with a nice view. Speaking of views, there's a side view of your covered smithing suite. Almost all of your stations are covered except for the smelter, but I'm glad that we have one at the home. Underneath the covering, there's a couple of chests and a book of supporters of the mod author. There's a workbench to improve your armor, and how about this view of Whiterun to inspire your work? In the next corner, we have an anvil, and beside the anvil, you have some water to cool off your weapon, and there's a brazier so you can roleplay making a fire to operate your forge. And then here's your grindstone and your tanning rack to complete the suite. Next, we'll head to the backyard to check out our vegetable garden. It looks like we're growing some cabbages, some leeks, and some potatoes. And these trees look great. Traverse the Ulvenwalds, making them look a little like magnolia trees, which are my favorite trees in real life. Let's see what we can find further back. Ooh, look at that great view of this waterfall. Right where you see the little waterfall to the side, that's where Rayek's Inn would be, in case you were curious. Now we'll head back towards the house. At the back of the home, you have an arcane enchanter and an alchemy lab. So with this home, you could fast travel and use all of your crafting stations without having to go through a load door. That's a definite perk. And the inside of the home is going to be pretty simple, but this home is mainly a place to sleep, craft, and get a well-rested bonus with an excellent view. Now that we're back to the front, I wanted to show you that you have a wood chopping block. It's right above your horse's area, and hanging perilously close to the edge is a woodcutter's axe. It's defying gravity a little bit, but I'm glad it hasn't fallen off. Here's our front door. You have some lights for night on either side, and the nighttime lighting is really nice. Here's another book of supporters and a chair to sit and enjoy the views of the Whiterun Tundra. That view looks like it could be a painting. and by my feet is a drop-off chest for your loot. On the other side of the deck, there's a flower bed and a lantern, and now that we've seen all of the outside, let's head inside. And as you can see, the inside of the home is pretty basic. You have a couple of mounted deer heads staring at you on the wall as soon as you enter. There's a cabinet for food storage. There's a fireplace with a mounted bear head and a cooking pot for your cooking needs. And in the corner, you have a small dining table for two with a window and some harvestable ingredients. There's our front door again. And then in the corner, you have a bed with a nightstand. There's a wardrobe, chest, barrel, and strongbox for additional storage. And there's a bookshelf with a couple of wolves' heads mounted above. As charming of a home as this is, there's also a Christmas version, which offers lights, a snowman, gingerbread men, gifts, and more. The lights go around the sides of the home too, so you can share all of your joy with all of the passerbyers. And the lights in the back make your alchemy lab and arcane enchanter look even more magical. And they didn't forget the inside either, with a Christmas tree with gifts, custom sweet rolls, stockings by the fire, and even a wreath around the mounted deer's neck. And now that we've seen all of the features of these homes, it's time for final thoughts. Dovahkiin's Retreat Continued is a modest home in a convenient location for the start of the game. It includes a bed, a cooking pot, a spot for your horse, a wood chopping block, all of the smithing stations, an arcane enchanter and alchemy lab, and the mod author even made a Christmas version, so if you want to spice things up, you have the option. Whether you want to deck a bandit or deck the halls with boughs of holly, this home has you covered. This concludes my feature of Dovahkiin's Retreat. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified of when I post, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.